Welcome to the deep dive. We take sources and distill them into insights for you. And today we're doing something, well, pretty unique. Forget the usual articles or, historical texts. Our source material for this deep dive, it's raw, it's emotional, it's a set of song lyrics. We're diving into Skywoods When I'm Gone. And our mission really is to explore the powerful feelings, the recurring themes in these specific lines. Because, lyrics, like any art, they can be such a rich source for understanding, well, us, human experience. They just cut right to the core sometimes.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes the deepest insights into how we feel, our psychology, they don't always come from, say, studies or formal analysis. They come from art, like music.
Yeah.
It gives artists this way to sort of externalize things that are often really hard to talk about. So digging into these lyrics, it gives us a pretty direct window, I think, into some intense personal struggles, but also those universal things, right? Like wanting connection, wanting to be seen.
Okay, right, let's unpack this then. Because from the very start of When I'm Gone, what hits me straight away is this really strong theme of giving more than you get back. It's just the weight of it is immediate. The artist sings, anxiety's been getting worse. I don't never sleep, always check on everyone. They don't check on me. What do you make of that opening? How it just sets the scene for this emotional drain?
Well, it's powerful, isn't it? Those first lines, they're critical. They set up the core conflict right away. This like compulsive giving, checking on everyone, and then zero reciprocity. They don't check on me. It's not just like an observation. It feels like a pattern, a draining one.
Totally.
Because when you pour that much emotional energy out and you get nothing back, especially when it costs you your own peace, the anxiety, the sleeplessness, it creates this huge emotional deficit. And psychologically, that's more than just disappointment. It's like constant invalidation.
Invalidation, yeah.
It's like the world, or at least the people in it you care about, are telling you through their actions or inaction that you just don't matter as much, or maybe not enough to deserve that same care.
And it keeps coming back, that feeling.
Yeah.
The sense of not being loved or maybe just not valued by the people you hold dear. The lyrics hit hard again with, I ain't never been loved by the ones I love. Yeah, always care more than they do, and I've had enough.
Yeah.
It feels less like a passing thought and more like a breaking point declaration. How does that imbalance really chew away at someone's self-worth, do you think?
Oh, profoundly. That line, I ain't never been loved by the ones I love, that's the heart of the wound right there. It's not about strangers. It's about the people you've invested in.
Right. They're ones who should.
Exactly. It's about needing that connection, that feeling of being seen and valued by your people. And when it's not there, consistently, it just eats away at your self-worth. Makes you doubt if you're even lovable.
You start questioning yourself.
Yeah. You feel invisible, maybe like a burden. And the anxiety, the not sleeping we heard earlier, that's not just stress. It's the body's way of reacting to that chronic emotional neglect, that unmet need for security and validation. It's corrosive. It destroys trust, closeness, that sense of belonging. So when the lyrics say, I've had enough, it's not petulance. It's the sound of someone utterly empty, pushed right to the edge.
That feeling of being empty, invisible, it leads us to what I find the most, well, honestly, the most heartbreaking part of the song. This is where it gets really interesting and just so poignant. The main refrain, the bit that repeats in When I'm Gone, it drives home this paradoxical kind of hope. Or maybe just a desperate wish buried in all that despair. The lines go, and maybe when I'm gone, they'll show me love that they don't show me now. And maybe when I'm gone, I'll be someone that they care about there. And that's no.
And it's not just once. It comes back again and again. It's clearly central. What does that tell us? When love is only imagined after you're gone. That is such a critical point. It raises some really deep questions about just how unseen this person feels and how desperate that need for validation becomes. To imagine that recognition, that affection, only coming after you're gone, I mean, that speaks to a really profound, almost tragic level of despair.
Tragic is the word.
It suggests the person feels so invisible, so worthless now, that their actual absence, their non-existence, is the only thing they can imagine that might trigger love or care from others. It's almost like a kind of magical thinking, isn't it? Born out of that deep neglect.
A desperate hope, yeah.
A desperate hypothesis that removing yourself is the only way to unlock the affection you were denied in life. Just think about that for a second. While alive, the person feels like their very presence is an obstacle to receiving love.
Wow.
It's a devastating flip of how connection should work. Presence becomes the barrier, absence the key. And it's not just sadness. There's maybe an undercurrent there. Perhaps a desperate hope that others might regret their neglect.
A desire to finally matter.
Exactly. to leave a mark, even if that mark is just emptiness. It's the ultimate expression of isolation, really.
Yeah.
A cry to be acknowledged that's tied up with the belief that your existence itself prevents it.
Such a powerful idea, presence as the barrier.
Yeah.
In the lyrics, they don't stop there, do they? The emotional intensity keeps climbing. It gets darker. We get these lines that are pretty explicit, referencing a final, desperate action. Smith and West, I'm holding, it's going to bring me peace, but yeah, they will never find my body. I'll be out in the trees, in the trees. That repetition in the trees, it just doubles down on the isolation. It's stark imagery. How does this intensification fit with everything else?
Well, if we link this back, connected to the bigger picture, these lines feel like an almost inevitable escalation of everything that came before. The lack of care, the anxiety building, feeling unloved, unseen.
It all leads here.
It feels like it. Within the song's emotional logic, the Smith and West reference is unambiguous, a weapon,
Yeah.
and saying, it's going to bring me peace. Well, that frames the act as the only way out of the suffering, the only path to silence the storm inside.
The ultimate escape.
It's presented as the tragic climax of this whole emotional story the artist is telling, the desire for peace through that means. And then that chilling part. They won't never find my body. I'll be out in the trees and the trees. That's absolute withdrawal. The final, desperate act of someone who feels completely abandoned, so invisible that even their physical self has to be erased to find peace, or maybe to finally be noticed in that twisted way we talked about.
That repetition, in the trees.
It's not just hiding, is it? It feels more like wanting to dissolve completely, erasing yourself from the world, from the memory of those who didn't see you. It feels like the end point of having had enough, the ultimate outcome when that basic human need for connection is denied for so long. It's harrowing, but it paints a powerful picture of despair born from neglect.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into Skywoods When I'm Gone, it's so clear these lyrics give us this incredibly raw, unfiltered look. A look at chronic neglect, unreciprocated love, anxiety, and this deep, almost desperate yearning to be seen. It really highlights how powerful music and lyrics can be, right? To articulate things that are often so hard to say, giving voice to difficult feelings.
For sure. And what these lyrics really underscore is that art, like this song, it's not just diversion. It can be a vital outlet, almost cathartic sometimes, for feelings that are intense, overwhelming, hard to explain. It's a way for someone to explore and communicate these really complex emotional states, the kind that, let's be honest, many people might be grappling with silently, feeling totally alone in it.
Yeah, that resonance.
Exactly. By giving shape to these raw emotions, the artist connects something deeply personal to, well, wider human experiences, that search for connection, for validation, for belonging. It's a reminder, isn't it, that behind anyone's outward appearance, there can be this quiet struggle just to be truly seen.
That's such an important takeaway. It makes me think, what really stands out to you listening to this about our fundamental human need for connection, for acknowledgement, especially when it's voiced in such powerful, desperate terms like in this song? How does hearing this make you reflect on, the importance of actually seeing the people around you, supporting them, recognizing those quiet battles, or even just the impact of small acts of reciprocity? It's something profound to think about, isn't it? How our presence, our engagement might genuinely change someone's world. We hope this deep dive offered maybe a new angle on the emotional depth hiding in places you might not expect. And perhaps, a deeper appreciation for those unspoken cries of the heart.